My name is Matt, and I'm a heroin addict. I've been clean for 8 years. There is nothing good about getting high. Using excuses to push that poison inside. You can't quit, no matter how hard you try. Even if using that needle is suicide. That next injection, you could easily die. I can't lie. When I first got clean from my heroin addiction, I swore to God to anyone who would listen that I loved the way that needle was hitting. It was more like an ex-girlfriend I was missing, wishing we were still kissing, reminiscing on crazy sexual positions instead of the fighting or the constant bitching, or how bad she sucked in the kitchen. It's really easy to forget the long nights and cold sweats, writing bad checks, waking up and not having a bag left, when you want to get high more than you want to have sex, when everybody knows you're an addict like you send it out as a mass text. Now think about it really hard, how you treat your drug dealer like a star, sitting on the corner waiting for his car, anxiously hoping to spot it from afar. Anything that resembles it, you get excited quick till you realize it's somebody else's whip. Call the kid back to yo, Poppy, give me 5 minutes. But you're sick, pissed, feeling like shit, swearing to God your drug dealer's a bitch you're gonna flip if he doesn't get hit fast with your fix. Then he shows up in a little over an hour, and you transform into a coward, trading your cash for powder to get higher than the Sears Tower, acting like he's your best friend when he could care less if that next injection takes you to heaven. He wouldn't mourn you for 1 second. Tell me, how many drug dealers you see at a person's wake for their final blessing? You're nothing but a dollar sign in his eyes. How he survives is the fact that you need his supply, or it literally feels like you're gonna die. So now you're running with your false bag of hope, off to a gas station bathroom to shoot dope. So you load up a bow, tying off using your belt like a rope to poke whichever vein pops out the most, sliding your tip in to draw back blood, then push down on the plug for a feeling that's better than love, like an angel came down from heaven above to embrace you in a warm hug. Coming out of the bathroom jammed and you can barely stand, on and off at a bus stop with a cigarette burning in your hand. The cycle keeps spinning like a fan. Wake up, pull a scam, then call the dope man to cop a couple grams, then get high like you were flying to a foreign land. The sad part about it is, this insanity is all we understand. The chaos we thrive in, come alive in, but also could die in. I watched so many good lives get destroyed by this epidemic. I just hope somebody hears the words and gets the message, and it alters the direction they were headed before the cemetery adds another resident. This lifestyle is nothing but death and destruction, but we chase after it like it's going to turn us into something, when in the end, it leaves us with nothing but the suffering and the burnt bridges from our ripping and running. Imagine taking beatings as a little kid, too small to fight back, hated the place where you live, never could get on the right path. Imagine being secluded from school, barely someone to call a friend. Acting out in class like it was cool, maybe somebody would notice me then. Imagine every day wanting to run away, sprinting from this thing called life. Depression can hurt in the worst way, falling asleep just to dream about paradise. Imagine watching your home split in half, trying to hide it from your little sister. Ma's attitude changed after that, I was growing the heart of a sinner. Imagine being thrown out the house when you just turned 16, forced to figure out how to survive by any means. Imagine every day stealing Hot Pockets just to eat, sleeping on dirty sofas, wearing the same clothes for weeks, and that's before the drugs took over. Imagine seeing your friends end up dead, kneeling beside so many caskets, sniffing Oxycontin to the head with cash and prescription packs stashed in my mattress. Imagine white powder stained to your living room table, next to a strainer used to shave down pills, pictures of people that transformed into angels framed sitting on my windowsill. Imagine holding death in your arms, a frozen, cold, soulless body. Lifeless eyes staring at you and your boy's moms. Now suicidal thoughts continue to haunt me. Imagine the OC task force kicking your door, guns raised, pointed at your face. Tossing everything on the floor, searching for contraband that was hidden in the safe. Imagine getting stabbed in the shoulder with a hunting knife by some fat guy that sold coke. Then he takes a swipe across your windpipes. It was so close it almost split open my throat. Imagine spiraling out of control while handling murderous weapons. The devil took over my soul as more of my friends made their way to heaven. Imagine mass armed robberies to supply a screaming drug habit. Overdosing is always a possibility when a needle makes love to an addict. Imagine losing your name. Cross that outright junkie. Injection spots cover your veins. Do whatever it takes to make some money. Imagine hitting rock bottom, dope sick while everyone around you gets high. Nodding off in South Boston, shooting up to commit suicide. Imagine wearing every article of clothing you own, scheming on a way to make a fast buck. Sobriety is fair for the unknown, but I wasn't trying to press my luck. Imagine sitting in jail expecting to be a father, then have a paternity test reveal that ended up being one of your partners. Imagine turning out worse than before when you're released to the streets. Too strung out to stick up stores, but I still had to feed my disease. Imagine syringes and crack pipes, cocaine mixed with dope to speedball. Can you imagine what that's like? I don't want to describe what happened with my downfall. Imagine the ghosts in my rear view, staring back in every reflection. Imagine trying on my pair of shoes and living with my depression. Imagine the cage in my personal prison, locked behind bars with no key. Imagine getting clean from addiction. Imagine you could survive if you traded lives with me. My name is Matt and I'm a heroin addict. I've been clean for 8 years. Junkie, scumbag, heroin addict, IV user, loser with no future. The whole world would be better off if I died sooner. Son, brother, father, friend. How did I get caught in this cycle again? It's like they'd rather see me end up dead than make my way to a detox bed. These demons are at war inside of my head, only subsiding when they get needle fed by poisonous meds. My bones ache, dealing with hot and cold sweats. So when I'm curled up and dope sick, understand there's nothing I won't do for my next fix. This is my normal, and I'm just trying to deal with it. Nothing else really matters. I've been low trying to get higher than climbing a push-up ladders. When the blood hits, I feel the rush immediately after, helping me forget about the fact that my life's a disaster, hoping these won't be the final words written in my last chapter. Anxiety, hopelessness, the pain, shame, and the guilt, depression, getting high enough to see the faces of my friends up in heaven, pale skin complexion, overdoses should be a lesson that I'm headed in the wrong direction. This is suicide by injection. No family, no friends, no love, just hate. When they look at my empty seat with disgrace, it's so sad that they're prepared for my wake. I'm scared of my face. I wish I could start over with a clean slate. I look in the mirror and I can't recognize my face. There's a stranger looking back. Arms covered in scars that look like train tracks. Permanent reminders from shooting smack. I load up this gizzy hoping the shot will be my last and my name will fade peacefully into the past. I'm broken. With a shattered soul, I'd rather fall than continue on the static road. Son, brother, father, friend. I refuse to get back to that madness again. Even if I never make amends to my family and friends, the only thing that matters to me is being clean in the end. My name is Matt. I'm a heroin addict. I've been clean for 8 years. I'm the surface of a sleepless ocean. The cold depths of frozen emotion. I'm pieces of a heart broken, floating inside a love that was stolen. I'm written poetry spoken. I'm a fresh page with a mind full of things to say, reminiscing on yesterday's best days to get the stress away, even if I'm depressed today. I'm that feeling inside when you look your lover in the eyes that no other person alive could provide. I'm the sun setting on a crimson sky. I'm trapped inside these speakers, turning naysayers into believers. When the poem gets deeper, I'm the teacher, abusing the fact that I have the platform to reach it. I'm lost in the wind, a breeze that will never come across you again. Brought up in Boston, boxed in the problems coming up from the bottom where rising is the only option. I'm the beautiful ugly, a recovering junkie, making barely enough money to keep a roof over me and my son that loves me, and I refuse to let him go hungry because my past has come back to crush me. I'm that first breath of freedom. Breathe in the 1,000 reasons, leaving a cell block of demons screaming freedom like you just left work for the weekend. Only the work week lasted for 5 years. Borrowed time will make you see clear as you watch your youth disappear. You learn the truth when you're in here. Only your true friends will be there when you breathe free air. I'm the rebirth of Pac, Poe, and Shakespeare. I'm the rose that grew from concrete, the thump beneath the street where Romeo and Juliet would meet. I'm the madness created from the telltale heartbeat. I'm Achilles at war, but my pen is my sword, using the allure of everything I went through before as a metaphor that you don't have to struggle anymore. I'm that morning light, after making it through a night that might have taken your life when there was nothing but darkness in sight. But you found the strength to fight, because the sun shines bright. Once you believe, everything will be alright. I'm the last words that a poet writes. I'm the skies telling the story of my past that remind me of what I'll see when I'm looking back. Similes didn't have the impact of half of that, so I literally mapped out the path from where I was at. I'm chaos finding serenity, the point beyond infinity, taking what's given to me so I could build from within my city. I even pray for my enemies, because once upon a time they were a friend to me. Regardless if they see it differently, I'm trying to make history. I'm a legend. Or so I've been told by my friends that made it to heaven. As a penman, I'm the extension of their resurrection, redemption. For anyone abusing prescription medicine whose progression led them to heroin, let that settle in. I'm the voice of a generation, raising my voice to the nation. Inspiration for every addict getting high in the basement, a kid trying to get clean as a detox patient, that they can say, I am one of the ones that made it. I am hope for those that lost it, still carrying pieces of broken dreams in their pocket, who think happiness is found in material objects. I'm street knowledge. I'm passion, pleasure, and pain. I'm lightning, thunder, and rain. I'm what my mother made on the first day of May. I'm a heroin addict that changed, but couldn't wash away the stains that covered my veins. I'm Matthew Ganem, and you will remember the name. My name is Matt, and I'm a heroin addict in recovery. And patiently waiting until the smoke clears. Tightrope walking between insanity and serenity. I wonder if I can ever find hope here before the rope tears and the last thread of my misery. I can't escape the fog. The hands of failure grab hold of me, choking me, exposing the broken me of what I was supposed to be. A wrong turn at the fork in the road. Now I can't turn back. Will the door of opportunity close, or should I make my own path? I knew I shouldn't have sold that. A trip away from this foolish paradise to a place where angels with clipped wings make guitar strings sing into the afterlife. For my soul, the devil wants to know what's the asking price. My fall from grace was quicker than slipping on black ice. Still searching for solid ground, spiraling and falling down. Is this really my calling now? Does it still make my heart pound? Standing on stage staring out at the crowd. But it's nothing but empty seats. Do I do it for them, or do I do it for me? Do I do it for inner peace, or do I do it to be free? Just breathe. Cause I want to take your breath away. Well, I welcome y'all to my palace of shame and introduce y'all to my marriage to pain, carrying the shadow that I battled to change. And the war was ugly. I rose from the ashes of a junkie. Used to load up in the bathrooms of donkeys. Now I'm getting half the crowd that's in front of me. Like the applause is a fix, only fit for a druggie. So I take a hit off the people screaming they love me. And for that one shining moment, these dark skies become sunny. I forget about the nights I was alone, roaming the streets with no place to go, no place to call home, raising a broken child on my own, and you wonder why I got stoned. Chemicals numbing my sharp senses. How many nights was it park benches? A story that's heart-wrenching where I stopped venting. The ghosts of my past coming back for vengeance. Syringes saying use me, and you won't end up back behind barbed wire fences, but I'm against this. So I pull a piece of paper out and I let my pen bleed for you to remember me. Even if my physical presence is deceased, the essence of my being will never leave. Inside these words, please cherish me, for my soul to be set free is more than just a memory. My name is Matt. I'm a heroin addict in recovery, and this piece is a love letter for anybody out there that has that crazy ex that just, you can't get off your back. I miss you so much. Please come back to me. Dying for your touch, but you will need me eventually. It's been a while, but I'm still in your thoughts. Running wild, our love will never stop. The affair you're having, that's easily forgiven. I sit back here laughing while you're trapped in my prison, holding me hostage, begging to breathe again. I'm blessed with the knowledge we share this life till the end. When you were the lowest, I was there to pick you up. Saved you from feeling hopeless when you were down in your luck. Patience is simple to handle because it's only a matter of time till everything gets dismantled and your misery and I collide. The years that treated you well while you still fantasize about how good it could be. We had to go through hell, but I know you were meant to be with me. Walking hand in hand into forever, in sickness and in health. We will always be together. There's no one you can blame but yourself. Don't you remember the good times we shared and the happiness you bring from someone who truly cared, who used to do anything just so I could be inside, feeling every part of you. There's no reason to hide. Denial is a small obstacle. We're a perfect match. It is our destiny for you to walk down that path that leads you back to me. This is only a reminder, leaving you my heart and a note. Our love is still a burning fire. Signed, your one true love. Dope. My name is Matt. I'm a recovering heroin addict. This piece is called The Burdens to Carry On. Staring out a spiderweb window, I see your face in a fragment of glass. What am I really looking into? It's been over 6 months since you passed. Picture painting moments in time, capture memories in still frames. I can't grip the idea in my mind, passing by your house is still strange. Nightmares I try to sleep, I know you keep haunting me. Walking down those same streets where we used to carve the remedy. I chose to change, you lost your soul to the devil. Now my tears fall in your name, death and addiction is inevitable. You never thought of the after effects when you crushed pills or used needles. The pain inside your family was left while you were released from your evil. The idea that you were free of the pain never manifested inside my own agony. Images of you pushing the disease in your vein that brought along this tragedy. Addiction didn't take my heart, but it did take yours. I witnessed everyone that was torn apart walking through those funeral home doors. Right back to the phone call I got in shock. I didn't know what else to say. Another one of my friends that was lost. I hope the angels took you away. Now I see it through different eyes. Sisters left behind, catching her mother's tears that she cried, blaming herself that she couldn't see the signs. Friends question the what is. Fathers that should have been there. Boyfriends and girlfriends that will never be fixed. Trapped in a premature end to their love for years. Sons that lost their fathers, brothers that lost their sisters, daughters departed from their mommies, husbands that can't help but miss her. Suicide and addiction, self-inflicted death, puts families in a position to deal with the pain that was left. It's an easy way out if you don't care about who you hurt. If an escape is the next thing you think about, remember who you were hurt first. It's a lifetime of pain that friends and family carry when a headstone bears the name of someone that died tragically. There's no such thing as an accidental overdose. Playing with fire, sooner or later you get burned. I write this in a room surrounded by ghosts that wish they could get another turn, another chance at life, but death is forever. They paid the price, the cost of being remembered. Cemeteries where my friends were buried, holding up the ashes of those cleansed by the flames. Tattoos of RIPs and in-loving memories. The burdens to carry on beyond those fallen names. Rest in peace, Michael Sparks, James Slattery, and Stephen Pacheco.